email address.
Bissig.com and
and they can find you through that, or just give us a call.
Jen Washley. It's 583-0333. As for Jennifer Washley, who will never answer that call, but it will go to her voicemail. She'll call you back. That's just mean.
That is.
I know.
He is not telling the truth, listeners. And
we've got a new deal want to tell the fans about. If you're home and you like to listen to the game, hey, go online. You can stream it. You can go to SaintX, S-A-I-N-T, SaintX.com.
That's right.
/broadcast.
That's right.
You can watch the game.
That's right.
While listening on the broadcast. You don't have to listen to the radio now.
Right.
You can actually listen as it's streaming live with our audio, Tony and Jim and I. And our sponsors, you can hear their commercials just like always, and it'll be fantastic. And the picture we have up here
is amazing.
Is fabulous.
Yes.
Next week, I think we're going to try for a pregame with some on-air stuff with me and Tony. Which
we're hoping to.
I don't think that's a good idea, but
I think it's a great idea. And I think we're going to get a flat screen TV in here.
Absolutely.
Perry, I'm sure, will be fine with it.
We need some replay officials and things like that. It'll be great.
That's right. But no, it's a really cool system, and I can't wait for people to get more used to that as well. So, and like John said, you will be able to hear our sponsors through that, and we've got a couple other surprises hopefully coming down the pipe. So
these new uniforms tonight are not the only surprises. Got a lot coming up.
Those are pretty interesting. I feel for you guys. The numbers are tough to read, but they're cool looking.
They did not consult Tony on dark green on numbers on black uniforms. They did not call and say, "What do you guys think about this?"
And I do want to reiterate what you said. You know, I know it's Patriotic Night, which I love that the kids do that every week. They pick a theme. Do say thank you to all of our first responders. You know, without them, I have several family members in the service. I have a nephew up at Army right now. I have Air Force, Marines.
Got them all.
Yeah. When you have a huge family like
the
mine,
Washleys are half a
it's kind of like a small city. But do say thank you. Our first responders are amazing people, regardless of. There is some bad ones out there, but support them. You know, they work hard like we do every day, and their job is to protect us, so we do appreciate them.
Thanks for stopping by, Jennifer Washley, Bissig Impact Group. We are about 12 minutes away from kickoff. You'll hear from the head coach of the Tigers, Will Wolford, when we come back. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
The DFH Company has been serving Louisville since 1935, owned and operated by the Hinkemine family. And DFH prides itself on keeping our local families happy and healthy and comfortable. DFH carries the highest quality products like train comfort systems. You know, it's hard to stop a train and hard to beat DFH's summer deal. That's 12-month financing on all train equipment, subject to credit approval. Full details are online at dfhcompany.com or call 968-6222.
There are a few things that truly inspire, like seeing young athletes succeed. With this in mind, the Courier-Journal created the Kentuckiana Sports Awards presented by Norton Sports Health. We're honoring Athletes of the Week for Southern Indiana and Metro Louisville all season long, naming all area teams for more than a dozen sports, and capping off the year with a red carpet banquet in June. Vote for this week's Athlete of the Week at the CourierJournal.com sports page.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998.
I'm Pat Lampton, Chief Engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of The New Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X, this is where you start.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, closing in on kickoff between the Tigers and the Central Yellow Jackets. I'm joined by head coach Will Wolford. Well, 2 games in. You're without your starting quarterback, without your starting wide receiver, Blake Roszkowski. What are your thoughts after 2 games?
I like where we're at. You obviously want to win every time you take the field. Against a team like Bowling Green, that just was not in the cards. But it wasn't like we played poorly. They're a very good football team. I do think we can play better. I think we will play better. And I think it'll start tonight.
That game last week, a lot of people asked me what's wrong with the Tigers, and I said over and over, the game was a lot closer than the score indicated. The yardage was very close. You feel the same way on that?
Yeah, we didn't. We gifted them a few things that we normally won't do. But give them credit. They're good. They're a real good football team. They've lost 3 times in 6 years. 3 times in 6 years, once to us. And they have the talent to play, especially down there. It was a tough ball game. But again, it's not like we played poorly. But the thing I really liked is that when you watch the game film, we have a lot of things we can correct. It wasn't like we were beat up physically. And a couple of years ago when I played them, I thought we were beat up physically. I wish we could play them again in the postseason. A couple of years ago, I wouldn't have said that.
Are you happy to be home for a game finally?
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to tell what kind of toll that is going, the first game teeing off literally at 9:45 at night and then an 8 o'clock start. There's no place like home. And I know the kids are extremely jacked up, and they've got some new uniforms they're going to sport tonight, which I don't think I've ever seen them more excited than a new uniform, but they'll be ready to go.
I got a preview. The fans are in for a special one. I don't give it away, but they're in for a special one tonight.
Yeah, they're good looking. Coach Donoff, he knows what he's doing when it comes to uniforms.
Your quarterback, Desmond Ritter, you talk about everybody's itching to go, raring to go. He's got to be triply itching to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he does because he is so ready to go. He's jumping out of his skin. So a couple mistakes early would not surprise me because he was ready months ago. But he's the leader of this team. He's handled things extremely well. Everyone is pulling for him for the best. But he's Mufasa for us. He's the guy, and everyone's excited to see him go.
I'm assuming he got all the first team reps this week. How many of the first team reps did he get during the disciplinary action?
First 2 games, he got none. He was not going to play. So he was the best scout team quarterback going out there. Now he got plenty of reps in 7-on-7 and some group practice. But as far as team, he didn't need him. He's a very talented young man. I'm looking forward to it.
Blake Roszkowski, the wide receiver I mentioned earlier, he got 3 offensive plays and a kick return last week. Never touched the ball. Will he get more tonight?
He will certainly get more. He will hopefully touch the ball tonight. If they kick to him, he'll be the starting return guy from the beginning, and he'll be in the rotation with the wide receivers from the beginning. It's all part of easing him back, making sure he's comfortable. He says all the right things, but again, you have to be smart with him. So it's the next step, and it's a big one. He's going to get some action tonight, and he may get a lot.
Central Yellow Jackets, they come in here on 3. They're like a caged animal tonight because they're a talented football team.
They played Manual 21-20 and missed a game-winning, pretty easy field goal with 12 seconds to go or whatever it was. Though they would have won that game. And Manual's extremely talented. We know how good Central is. They have talent, speed all over the field. I think it's critical that we get off to a quick start here at home. But no, we know how good they are. Their record, throw it away. At the end of the year, they'll be in the hunt for their state championship.
You got 3 straight games at home, then Papa John's in another game at home. What do you want in that 3 to 5 game stretch? What's the most important thing for your team?
I just want to see us play our best. We don't have to play perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. But I just want to see us get to where we're playing our best. The kind of kids we have and the way we work them, they're going to improve. But I'm looking for marked improvement tonight and marked improvement really every week while we're at home. And hopefully we gain some momentum to carry us for the rest of the season. But tonight, we have got to take another step. We cannot have mental errors. We cannot have some of the mistakes we made in the past. We're a very physical football team. It's time to show it.
Probably a dumb question, but have you mentioned any kind of revenge factor based on the fact that the Yellow Jackets got the win last year?
Not really. They know. They understand that. I really like this group of seniors. They're mature kids. I think they know a lot of things without us telling them. Now, we remind them quite a bit, but they know what's going on.
Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir.
Head coach Will Wolford will be back with the opening kickoff. Central and St. X. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Eye Care Institute pregame report. Stay right here for live play-by-play coverage of tonight's big game on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle a large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has...
Frank, I'm going to come down for the coin toss.
Excavators, we've got you covered.
All right.
And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Nights travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Now let's go live to the field and join John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman for tonight's big game.
Hello again, everyone, from Brother Thomas More Stadium in St. Xavier High School. John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers with you as always for St. X Tiger football. Tonight the Tigers return home for their home opener against the Central Yellow Jackets. Jim Brinkman is in the middle of the coin toss. Let's listen in.
Especially trash talking, taunting, or baiting of opponents. If such actions are heard or seen, a penalty be administered immediately. We've been instructed not to issue warnings. Coaches, would you please certify your players are legally equipped according to National Federation rules? Okay, thank you. Guys, all that means, white team's going to talk to white, green's going to talk to green. Any problems, right? Yes, sir. I've got a coin. Heads is the KFOA 50th year. Tails has a tail right on it. I'm going to flip it. What do you got? Tails, he said. He called tails, and it is. You all have won the toss. You want the ball?
That's St. X has won the toss.
That way, come on around over here.
And Jim, did I hear him right? They're going to take the ball.
No, come on. You kick it, you over here?
Little bit of confusion here. Yes, they are taking the ball.
It's a little steamy out there tonight, Brink. What do you think?
It's about 83 degrees right now. It's extremely humid, but once again, our third straight night of no rain.
Not yet, buddy. Don't count those chickens just yet. Captain for the Tigers, Jay Nielsen, who gives us a start at offensive line tonight. Ryan Adams, one of the captains, Jacob Stouffer, and Desmond Ritter got the co-captainship here tonight, Tony. And big night for him. Tigers will get the ball first. What's he got to do to calm himself down on that first drive?
Well, I don't think you'll see him throw it on the first play of the game like the Tigers tried last week. I think you'll let him get his feet wet. But Coach Wolford said exactly what I said in the pregame. You know, you don't know what's going to happen because he is so amped up. He's the University of Cincinnati commit who's been out for 2 weeks, if you haven't been with us, on disciplinary action. So he's one of the top players in the state, and hopefully he'll get an opportunity to show that tonight, and I think you will get to see it. And the other guy, John, that was not one of the captains is the deep man the Tigers been waiting to see, Blake Reskowski.
Yeah, Coach Wolford told me Roszkowski will get he'll be a full go tonight. We saw him for 4 plays last week. 1 kick return that went into the end zone and 3 as a wide receiver where he did not get called. His number did not get called. I asked if he was a decoy, and Will said no, they just didn't get him the football, but we'll definitely give it to him this week. And you have to get him the ball.
You have to, and it just gives you so many different dimensions with Ritter and Roszkowski back into the lineup. And like I said in the pregame, 2 guys who've been a staple for this team last year and Roszkowski for the last 2 years. So Tigers will get the ball first, and Will Ginter and Dalton Gillespie back with Blake Roszkowski.
Sebastian Francisco will kick it away, first of 3 consecutive home games for the Tigers. Fort Thomas Highlands comes in next week, and then Pleasure Ridge Park opens district play the week after that. But for now, it's the Central Yellow Jackets. They're in their white jerseys with gold pants, black numerals, black helmets. St. X in the brand new black uniforms, green numerals trimmed in gold, and a traditional white helmet with a green X on it. We are underway as Francisco kicks a low liner that bounces at the 13 and is taken by Roszkowski at the 7. Right up the middle, makes a move at the 20, fights his way to the 25, and hauled down from behind at about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. Cherion Jones able to make the tackle. So 1st and 10, Desmond Ritter, 6'5", 194-pound senior. And his first action of the year will come out in the shotgun. He's got Sam Taylor and Mac Blinko back there with him, 2 receivers to the right. And 1 to the left. That's Cameron Garrett alone to the left. Seeger is widest to the right. Fake it to Taylor. Des keeps it. Bounces off 1 man, and he's loose. 35-40. Down the right sideline to midfield. He's got 1 man to beat at the 30. To the 20. Cuts back inside. Makes 2 men miss. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. I think Ritter's into this football game. 73 yards on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, it was the read option out of the shotgun, and Desmond Ritter sticks it in Sam Taylor's belly, and the wall just fell in on the Yellow Jackets. They all went after Taylor. Ritter gets through the line of scrimmage, and you called it perfectly, John. He gets to the outside, and one guy had a shot at him at about the 18-yard line, and he just sidestepped him, made a cut to the inside. And Desmond Ritter, on his first carry of the year, goes for a touchdown.
That'll help your average. 73 yards on the first play of the game.
Didn't even get to tell you who the offensive line was.
Ben Seeger will hold, and Owen Johnson gets the call as the kicker again tonight, and it's blocked. And it goes under the goalpost, no good. 6-0 Tigers. Well, Jim Brinkman, I guess you'd have to say welcome back Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, one of the 2 main ingredients that we had last year against Bowling Green was Desmond Ritter and Blake Roszkowski, and both of them are on the field. And Desmond Ritter wasted no time going, the distance there. Also got to give a shout out. I think it was Seeger. There was the wide receiver out there. He actually, blocked to swing him, through the line of scrimmage. But after that, it was all Desmond with the cutback. And hey, 6-0 Tigers. We like that.
Good blocking, good running, Tony. It's a simple little formula.
Well, a good way to get rid of some excess energy is to run almost the whole field for a touchdown. So
yeah, that'll do it.
What was it? 73 yards officially?
73.
So 1 carry for 73. That'll really help your stats, and 1 touchdown. So that dimension we talked about, we've already seen, John. And if you're the Central Yellow Jackets and Coach Task-Goggins, this is not the way you wanted to start the football game.
We will keep you updated on other scores tonight, including the Louisville-Syracuse game, which starts at about 8 o'clock. Keep it right here, either streaming or on the radio. And you can put the cards on TV and turn the volume down on that one.
And, John, that extra point was a low snap, and Seeger had trouble getting it down.
So Johnson will boot it out of there, and angrily he kicks it 5 yards past the back of the end zone on a fly.
It landed over by the triple jump, first jump, on the track.
I think Owen was a little angry about the extra point.
Yeah, that's just, just that you got to have a good snap, good hold, and a good kick. But Tiger offense was not on the field very long, and now the Tiger defense will come out, and Central will start at their own 20-yard line. 11:39 left first quarter. 1 offensive play, 6-0 Tigers.
We'll also keep you updated. Mayo and Trinity tonight. Really good 6A game there. And DeSales and Holy Cross are already underway. DeSales leads 14-0 over the Cougars in the first quarter at Holy Cross. James Simpson is the quarterback, 6'3", 180-pound senior. He will carry the ball a lot. Hands it off to Jones, first man through. Hit as he gets Right back to the line of scrimmage by Jack Cronk, the senior linebacker, falls forward for a couple. Make it 2nd down and 8.
Well, what the Jackets will do, they will run the spread. They don't throw it very often, but they'll spread you out. They'll try to get it out quick to the outside when they throw it, and if not, you'll see the guys back there just handing a lot of fakes and a lot of movement back here. So the Tigers, I think, will take the 7 guys and put them up tight and dare the Yellow Jackets to throw the football.
And they don't throw it a lot.
31 times.
He's got Jones back there, and Corey Johnson's the leading rusher. He's in the slot to the right. And they want to throw it his way. Simpson pumps. He's in trouble, and he's sacked back at the 20-yard line.
And, John, 2 nice plays. You can get the call on the tackle. But Jack Cronk's the guy that made that play. They were going to swing it out into the flat. Cronk's there. He pumps. He tucks it down. And then the Tigers in those black uniforms with green trim and green numbers, which is tough on old guys.
Yes, it is. Now, the quarterback, Tony, I think it's James Simpson, but he's listed as number 4. This is a young man wearing number 3, but I do believe it's Simpson in that quarterback. You never know what kind of roster you're going to get. And we'll be guessing. We might be guessing a lot tonight.
We might be listening to the PA.
A loss of 3 on the sack brings up 3rd and 11 back at the 19. 2 receivers each way. Passing formation this time. Cherryon Jones is in the backfield with Simpson. In the shotgun. Takes a snap. Straight drop. Wants to throw. In trouble. Hit. Can he get away from it? No, the ball is loose. They're going to say he was down. And that is Ryan Adams or Willinger, Tony. Or maybe Kyle Robinson. It was Kyle Robinson, first man there, who came through and got a hold of Simpson. And that time did something the Tigers have had trouble with, kept the tackle.
Well, they brought the linebackers on the play, knowing that Jackets don't throw the ball real well. And we knew it was 94, 95, or 98. We can't tell the difference. But, no, it was Kyle Robinson, and a great job of getting pressure. So now the Jackets will have to punt it about 6 or 7 yards deep in their own end zone.
And Mikhail Branch is the kicker. He stands right in the middle of the G in the end zone. That was a 12-yard sack for Kyle Robinson.
Ginter and Eisert back deep.
Will Ginter, the junior, and Austin Eisert stand at the central 40. And it's blocked in the end zone and recovered by the blocker. I think that's Andrew Yules, Tony. It is.
It is, John.
Andrew Yules with the block and the recovery for the touchdown.
But, John, I watched film, and I saw where the St. X coaches talked about we can block the punt, and they didn't do a good job, the Jackets. So Tigers have still only run 1 play with 9:04 left in the game. In the first quarter, Tigers lead 12-0 here at Brother Thomas More Stadium.
Ben Seeger will hold it. Nolan Johnson. High snap this time, but good job by Seeger to get it down. Kick is up and through. 9:04 to go, first quarter. 13-0 St. X with the lead. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Turn it down.
Nico, we have break. There we are.
How your
Got
eyes
it.
work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman. Kickoff again, even deeper. Past the triple jump pits. Jim Brinkman, Andrew Yules right up the middle that time. Tigers thought they could block one, and they got it easy, and luckily it fell right in his mitts.
Yeah, I mean, he just basically smothered the ball, and then when he landed in the end zone, the ball was right below him, so it wasn't a scrambling type thing. It was easy 6 points, and Tigers take advantage. By the way, I see a number 4, which I think is the quarterback Simpson over on the sideline. He's wearing just regular shorts and his jersey without the uniform. I think this is McLean, number 3.
Good stuff, Jim Brinkman. Thank you. McLean hands it off this time. Not much there. In fact, hit behind the line of scrimmage. And that's Corey Johnson with his first carry, but he met a lot of Tigers. Ryan Adams was in there. Doug Schaffner, the linebacker, in on the tackle as well, Tony.
Well, you got Willinger up front, you got Adams up front, and you got Robinson. And right now you've got at linebacker Jack Daly. And you called Schaffner, you got Washburn and Kronk. And you can get the defensive backs in just a minute.
Yeah, that is Corey McLean, listed as a running back, but he is quarterbacking right now. Fakes a handoff, pitch out to the right. Jones has it, in trouble, hit and smothered back at the 15-yard line. Another tackle for loss by the Tigers. And that time Washburn came from his right outside linebacker spot, made the tackle on the other side, on the other hash.
Yeah, nice job of pursuit by the Tigers. We've got Jake Taylor at one corner, Owen Weiss at the other, Austin Azard and Jacob Stouffer at the safeties.
Co-captain tonight is Jacob Stouffer. And it is 3rd and 15 as the Jackets continue to go the wrong way. 13-0, Tigers lead it, 7:45 here in the first.
And, John, a team that doesn't throw the ball very effectively anyway now has a quarterback in the game. It's going to have to run the football, and it's going to be hard to run the ball against the Tigers.
McLean's in the shotgun. He's got Cherryon Jones in the backfield with him. 3 bunch to the left. Looks to the middle. Throws incomplete. Out of the reach of his intended receiver, Quincy Baines. And the Jackets will have to kick it away. Well, it's hard enough to throw it when you're not used to throwing it, but on 3rd and 15, it's nearly impossible.
Well, it's 3rd and 15. You're already down 13-0 with just under 8 minutes left in the first quarter, and things are going terribly wrong for the Central Yellow Jackets, and they'll have to punt it away. And we saw what happened the first time they punted the ball. The Tigers came, blocked it, scored a touchdown, and I think you'll see the same thing. The Tigers coming very hard up the middle.
Mikhail Branch, I don't think he ever saw Andrew Ewell's coming up the gut last time.
And he wasn't the only guy there, John.
Ginter and Isert stand at midfield. At least this time for the Jackets, Branch not in his own end zone. It was actually a good snap last time. Slow but good snap this time. And he gets out there and he booms it. Ginter goes all the way back to the 41. Right up the middle to midfield. Cuts to the right and is hammered down. As he crossed midfield, got pushed back. Tigers will start at the 49 in Central Territory, but Luke Bowman, leading tackler on the season, made the hit, and he'll stay in at linebacker.
Well, Will Ginter's not a big guy, and sometimes he will take a hit like that, but Tigers will start in Central Territory for their second offensive play at the 49-yard line.
And Bowman, maybe the best defensive player as junior, 6'2", 225, and he's the guy that will make most of the tackles for the Jackets. Ritter with his second offensive series. He'll give it to Taylor up the middle this time. Had a hole, breaks one tackle across the 45 down to the 43. Gain of 6. He went 4 yards, and then he carried Jonathan Dooley, the linebacker, the other 2. It'll be second and short. Tigers quickly to the line. 4 yards to get a first down here. Ritter takes a snap, fakes it to Taylor, throws over the middle. There's a flag as Garrett ran the crossing route, but Damoni Crooms hit him before the ball got there, and that'll cost the Jackets 15.
Well, this is a play action out of there. They faked it in Sam Taylor's stomach. Ritter takes basically not even a step back, throws the quick slant, and definitely pass interference on the first throw by Desmond Ritter this year.
Trinity and Male are 7-7 with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. I believe that game's over at, it's at Trinity tonight, right, Tony?
Yes, sure is.
I don't pay much attention to those rocks, but
sometimes you can't help it.
You can help me out a little. 15-yard penalty puts the ball at the Central 28, 1st and 10 for Ritter and company. Wants to throw on first down. Looks for the end zone. He's got a Roshkowski, or that's Cameron Garrett, for the touchdown, and he was 5 yards behind the defense, Tony.
Well, Central had nobody more than 4 yards off the ball. They were in man press coverage on the outside, and all Garrett did was go down about 4 yards, take a step in. The corner stepped in. It was a fake all the way, a pump and go, and he's 10 yards behind the defense. And Tigers making it look easy, 19-0. 6:43 left, first quarter, and this is the third time we will see Owen Johnson.
And Ben Seeger will hold it again. Owen's 1 for 2 tonight. A low snap. He couldn't get over the arms of the Central defenders. A high snap that Seeger did a great job, and this one's perfect. Good snap, good hold, good kick. It's 19-0. And I think, Tony, that touchdown pass is a result of the play before. They ran the slant, and Central kind of jumped it, even though there was interference. So the Tigers come back and say, well, if they're going to jump it, we're going to do a little hitch and go. And it worked perfectly.
Well, give Coach Nurnberg and his staff credit there because that is great play calling right there. And we always talk about you run plays sometimes to set plays up. And when they saw that, how quick they came up on that slant, that's all it was just a little fake. And Garrett never stopped. He just cut back in the corner, almost fell down. He realized his only choice was to grab him, and he was already 5 yards past him. So Tigers looking sharp here. 20-0, 6:43 left first quarter.
Owen Johnson, who may have to put his leg in ice before this one's over.
Well, I think you're right, John. That first bad snap that he didn't get up, the 2 extra points have almost hit the scoreboard, and the 2 kickoffs have gone 15 and 20 yards past the goal line.
I mean, not into the end zone, over top of the end zone. In fact, Tony, the second one, if he kicks it straight, it's through the uprights.
I'm not going to disagree with that. It had plenty of distance to go through the uprights.
That is 70 yards away. That's crazy.
He's a weapon.
Feeling his oats. This one's going to be a touchback as well. And once again, it hits on the track on the triple jump platform. And Central will start at their own 20. Well, if you're Ty Scroggins right now, what are you telling your guys? You got to get just a first down is all I'm asking for.
Yeah, they're not a team that can play from behind. And right now it's been all St. X, and Coach Scroggins tries to positively keep, everything going where the Jackets can get some positive yardage, maybe break a big play. But I'm telling you, and we talked about it, we both like this St. X defense. And don't let those first 2 games, those points, fool you. There was some offense didn't help them a whole lot, but, boy, Desmond Ritter comes out. It's just a whole new dimension.
So Corey McLean, the emergency quarterback here tonight for the Jackets, and he's back out there in the shotgun. He's got Corey Johnson to his right, Cherryon Jones to his left. He'll give it to Johnson, running left. Gets a good block from the receiver, and another hit at the 25 and knocked out of bounds finally by Tanner Brown, who's in at free safety. Jake Taylor's helmet came off, so he'll have to sit out of play. But it's a first positive yardage for the Jackets. Gain of about 6. Jake Netherton will come in to take Jake Taylor's spot.
Well, Gatz played really well, didn't make the right decision right there. Nolan Bruner kind of came in, and when you're playing the outside linebacker, you got to hold containment, and Nolan Bruner is going to be a good one, and he's played very well in the first 2 games. So just a learning experience there. You got to stay outside.
So some new numbers in there already. Hayden Roadhouse is in the game as well for the Tigers. You mentioned Bruner, Andrew Ewells. High snap, and falling on it, back of the 20. So a gain of 6 and now a loss of 6 will bring up 3rd and 10. That's just a high snap to McLean, and he decided to fall on it back of the 20 instead of trying to be heroic.
Yeah, John, everything's just going wrong for Coach Scroggins and the Yellow Jackets from Central tonight. It's just, giving up a touchdown on the first play. Tigers have only run 3 or 4 plays. They've scored another touchdown. They've blocked a punt. And right now it's 3rd and 10 at their own 20-yard line and looking for anything positive that they can get out of this.
28-0 now to Sales leads Holy Cross midway through the second quarter over on Dixie Highway. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 in the backfield with McLean. Wants to throw, now he pulls it down up the middle. Tripped up at the 20, fights his way out of that, but he's hauled down well short of the first down at about the 24. Roadhouse, Ewells, and Bruner all in on the tackle to bring up 4th down.
Well, the pressure came from Max Wellinger, 95 on the nose. He flushed the quarterback McLean out of there, and then the rest of the Tigers came after it. So, once again, Jackets are punting in their own territory, and the Tigers should have great field position.
And Mikhail Branch, who may see some of these rushers in his sleep tonight, back there to kick it away. And now the Tigers give him a little more respect since that last punt.
It was a beauty.
Ginter and Eisert back at their own 40-yard line. Tigers with 7 at the line of scrimmage. High snap. Good job by Branch to bring it down. Now he's going to run. Tripped up. Can he get the first down? One man to beat. He beats him to the 30, to the 40, across the 40, and hauled down short of the 45-yard line. The ball came out. Tigers say they have it, but I'm not sure the officials agree. We'll see. There, Luke Bowman of Central. Austin Eisert came out of there with it, I believe. Well, Branch, Tony, was a high snap. He decided to keep it, which was a good decision. But again, he puts it on the turf after getting the first down, and Austin Eisert came up from his deep position to help in on the tackle. Comes up with a recovery. Tiger ball at the Central 39.
Well, bad snap turns into actually Central's best play, but then the fumble comes out. So Tigers take over at the Central 39-yard line, already leading by 20.
And Ritter brings Cahalan in motion right to left. Faked it to him. Give it to Taylor up the middle. He's got 5. He's got 10 and hauled down from behind. After a gain of about 12 out of the 28-yard line. We'll give him 11. It'll be first and 10 for the Tigers. Quickly to the line. Cahalan in motion again from right to left. This time they give it to him to the short side. Lowers his shoulder, and he is pushed back. That's Luke Bowman. He's going to make a lot of tackles tonight, Tony. And he makes another one there. He just stood Cahalan up at the 29. It's a loss of 1. And, again, they ran that sweep to the short side of the field.
Yeah, and that's sometimes you got to think that out before you call a play, and then you realize it. But Cahalan's a guy, I think, John, can break some runs in the right situation.
Empty backfield. Blinko will stay in to block. 2 receivers each way on 2nd and 11. Now Taylor in motion comes back next to Ritter. And they'll give it to Sam, running wide to the right. Bowman slowed him down. Now he cuts back opposite side of the field. He's to the 25, cuts inside the 20 to the 15, and he's hauled down inside the 15-yard line by a couple of Yellow Jackets. Quincy Baines in on the tackle. But Sam Taylor, a little improv right there.
Well, they had him in the backfield, so he changes directions. And Matthew Smith did a nice job at wide receiver, shielding for him. So the Tigers in the green zone, John, down to the 12-yard line.
Actually, for the first time in the green zone, brought to you by the Eye Care Institute and Dr. Brennan Green. First and 10 at the 12. Handoff right up the middle to Taylor. He's dragging a tackler down to the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Michael Williams on the tackle, and the Central defense looks a little gassed right now. Here's Taylor again, right off the gut. Off tackle, fights off a couple of tackles. Gets to the 3, to the 2 perhaps, and close to a first down. Nothing there, but he just kept the legs churning.
Sure did, and he just runs so hard. He never gives up on it, and Tigers do have a couple of new offensive linemen. Clayton Six is at the center, John. G.J. Wellinghurst at the left tackle. So Tigers just in a rhythm right now, and they're just mowing down the Jackets.
Smith and Waddell come wide to the right. That's the wide side. Brewer Cahalan to the left. Actually, they're going to bring the chains out here and measure.
What do you think, Jim?
First call of the year at home, Jimmy. You're on the opposite side. This is going to be a tough one. Hurry. Now we're having trouble with Jim's mic. Of course. He didn't want to make that call, Tony.
No, he knew he'd be wrong.
He didn't turn the mic on. That's what it is.
We're checking batteries.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I just turned the wrong microphone up. My fault, Jim.
I hear you, John.
He did it on purpose.
You thought it was going to be a first down, though, right?
I called it all the way.
Of course. My fault, Jimmy. I have a habit of not turning your mic up, but we'll talk about that later. First and goal for the Tigers at the 2. Blinko, the fullback. Taylor, the tailback. Offset eye to the right of Ritter. He brings Cahalan in motion, and a flag as the ball is given to Taylor. That's got to be an illegal formation against the Tigers. Where that flag came from and when it came from the line judge, or from the side judge, excuse me. First penalty of the night is a false start, or illegal formation, I should say, against St. X.
And, John, it shouldn't be an illegal formation. Tigers had 2 guys on the line of scrimmage over by Jimmy. It's when they moved 2 guys up, and that's what the coaching staff is telling them. The referee on the far side threw the flag because the motion man, he thought they had not enough men on the line of scrimmage. Tigers actually did.
They'll move it back to the 7. And it'll be first and goal. And Will Wolfer was immediately out there to contest that call. Ritter's in the shotgun. He's got Taylor to his right. Blanco in front of him to the left. Two receivers to the left. That's the short side. Ritter wants to throw it. Does throw it out of the backfield. That's Blanco. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. Well, Mike just slipped out of his H-back spot. Nobody went with him, and it was easy pitch and catch from Ritter to Blanco.
Well, they go to play action to Sam Taylor. He goes to the left. Ritter fakes it, rolls to his right. Blanco, like you said, just it kind of floats out of the backfield, and nobody within 5 or 6 yards of Mac Blanco. And Blanco gets on the board for the Tigers again. 26-0 Tigers, 2:41 left first quarter. Owen Johnson back on.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is good again. It's 27-0. St. X 2:41, as Tony said, left here in the first quarter. Well, great Desmond Ritter so far, Tony. 3 possessions, a 73-yard touchdown run, and 2 touchdown passes. A+?
I would say A++. I mean, there's nothing more you can do than what he's done so far. But, you know, they're in a rhythm right now, and Central's just reeling.
Jimmy, the Central defense looks like they're holding their pants a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to have Luke Bowman on his team.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going sideline to sideline. By the way, because we had so much time down here on this end zone, I walked it off. It is 44 yards behind the end zone to the scoreboard. So 44 plus a 10 of the goal line, and then they kick from the 10. So that's a 64 yards to get to the scoreboard, and Owen Johnson's falling about a yard short.
Wow. I mean, there's not much to say to that except wow.
And Sam McDonough, the All-State kicker, has not been on the field this year.
Sam McDonough picked a bad time to be injured. No question about that. But he will get his shot because he is normally the long field goal kicker and
the normal place kicker.
The normal place kicker, yeah. But it's Owen again. Gets his leg out of the ice and kicks off here, and another touchback. And this time the Central player catches it at the back line of the end zone. He didn't want to see it land on the track again.
Well, he's got to work on that distance if you don't kick it that far. But no, it's all Tigers right now, and I know Coach Scroggins is trying to keep his team up, but you trail 27-0 in the first quarter, and everything the Tigers have done it's been easy. I mean, it's really, really been easy. And you know, you expected, Central coming in 0-3, struggling a little bit. Could have beat Manual, missed an extra point in the Manual game, and would have put that game in overtime. So, right now, if you're the Jackets, you're just looking for anything positive. And, John, a great crowd here tonight.
Absolutely. Unbelievable.
The students are out in force on Patriotic Night.
The Rage Cage is a huge overflow tonight. No question about it. They really come out tonight. So McLean standing at his 15 in the shotgun. 1st and 10 at the 20. Quick throw to the left. Caught across the 20 to 25 and hauled down from behind. Tanner Brown and Nolan Bruner combine on the tackle. Raiden Anderson, second reception on the season, and it's a gain of 6.
Just a quick, just that quick pass, get it out and hope that your guy can get space. 6 yards for the Jackets on first down.
McLean a little more hop in his step now, 2nd and 4. Takes a snap, quick throw to the right to Corey Johnson. Hemmed in, fights his way for a first down. Gets to about the 31, maybe the 32-yard line before he's brought down. Nick Mullaby in on the tackle. Bruner there as well. It's the first down of the night for the Jackets.
With 2 minutes basically left in the first quarter, just that quick swing pass, we talked about it, and that's a lot of Central's offense. Try to get guys in space and get loose and make a big play. But first down Jackets at their own 32-yard line.
Under 2 minutes left here, first quarter. Tigers show blitz. Chandler Simpson looks like he wants to come. High snap, ball's on the ground, and it is recovered by Chandler Simpson. Bruner should have had it, but instead he tipped it around, and Chandler Simpson falls on it all the way back at the 23-yard line. Another turnover for the Jackets, and the Tigers will take over there.
Well, high snap, and bad things happen when you get the ball up there. So Tigers are going to get great field position at their own 23, at the Jacket 23-yard line, already leading 27-0, and just Coach Scroggins has got to be really disappointed in the execution by his offense.
Again, they played Manual very tough in the first game. That was at Central. They went to Corbin and played the Red Hounds very tough, but again, took it on the chin at Christian Academy last week, and it's carried over. Albers in, throws to Taylor, right side to the 10, fights his way to the 4-yard line before he's tackled from behind. And Jack Albers, I believe, getting his first action, Tony.
It is, John. First snap he took, they throw the swing pass like Central did out to the right and take it all the way down to the 4-yard line.
Roszkowski goes wide to the right. Matthew Smith to the left on 1st and goal at the 4 in the green zone. Brought to you by the Eye Care Institute and Dr. Brennan Green.
See if they give it to the little guy.
Ginter to the left of Albers. He will get the call running right. Albers should have kept that one because Ginter is hit back at the 10-yard line and hauled down for a big loss. Michael Fields on the tackle.
Well, that was, you called that right. Jack has got to keep that ball. That's their read, and when he gave it up, he could have kept it and maybe even scored on that play. But sometimes you make the wrong decision, and the Tigers back up to the central 10-yard line.
2nd and goal. Albers, this one up the middle to Ginter, and he's hitting the hole again and pushed backwards. Nothing there. Jonathan Dooley, the linebacker, hit him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Ginter loses his helmet. He's been hit hard a couple of times there, and Sam Taylor comes back in. So Jack Albers in for this possession. 37 seconds left in the first quarter. I think you'll see Albers put it up in the air here.
In the shotgun, Taylor to his right, 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Looks to throw. Albers does throw. Corner route, back left of the end zone, overshot Roszkowski. Roszko had a step on Darrell Howard, the safety. The Tigers will send the field goal unit in.
And he threw it where you should throw it. Make sure you throw it where the defensive player can't get it. He just airmailed Roszkowski a little bit there, but really not that bad a throw. You got to throw it where the defense can't get it. So Owen Johnson will come in, and Ben Singer will place it at the 17-yard line.
On the right hash mark, so it'll be a 27-yarder. Long count here. Good snap. Kick is up. Plenty of leg from Owen Johnson, and it's good. 30-0. Tigers lead it. We'll stay right here with 17 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. It has been total domination, Tony, for the Tigers.
It sure has, John. Nothing else you can say about it. And it's just Tigers look sharp. Central's on their heels, and it's 30-0. And boy, I mean, if you're the Tigers, you couldn't have scripted it any better because you needed to feel good about yourself. But you feel for those Jackets on the other side who are taking it on the chin early in the game. Score from out on Shelbyville Road. Male leads Trinity 14-7. And from out on Dixie Highway, last I saw, DeSales 28, Holy Cross 0.
Yeah, and they started that one at 7 o'clock, so they're late in the first half over at the Cross. Other games in the 6A District 3 tonight. Butler, 2-1, is on the road at Fern Creek. They're 2-1. That should be a good one. And PRP, undefeated, travels out to John Hardin tonight, out in Hardin County. Take on the John Hardin Bulldogs, who are 1-2.
A lot of
PRP 3-0 now.
A lot of people this week, like you asked Coach Wilford, what's the matter with the Tigers?
Yeah.
Nothing matter with them right now.
No. Something about these black uniforms.
They might wear them every game.
I brought the lucky 2004
You
state
did.
championship hat out, and it'll be with me. That was not
Kyle Nally's who's kicking there.
Tony,
He's a left footer.
That was a left. Owen Johnson decided to kick one left-footed. But Nally kicks it halfway into the end zone, and it's another touchback for the Yellow Jackets. That's such a weapon, Tony. Owen Johnson, Nally this time. To put teams like Mayle and Manual and Trinity and make them start and go 80 yards, that's huge.
It is, and it is a weapon, and you don't give up big plays. That's only obvious when you kick it in the end zone. But Tiger defense already seen a lot of different numbers out on the field here early in this ball game. So 17 seconds left, and the Jackets come on and take over at their own 20-yard line.
Corey McClain still in at quarterback. And we did not hear anything about James Simpson being injured. And I'm sure Coach Scroggins wasn't publicizing that very, very loudly. And the ball tipped into the air and caught by one of the offensive linemen who was in trouble and tackled back at the 14-yard line. Well, you got to knock that one down if you're an offensive lineman. You may not realize that, but you got to knock it down. First quarter's in the books here. All Tigers. They lead Central 30-0. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Quantum Graphics may be the most customer service-minded printer in Louisville. How do we know? Because of what their customers say about them.
Quantum consistently treats our jobs like they're the most important work they have to do. They're a rare company that seems truly dedicated to providing over-the-top great service.
Want this same kind of service when you need print on demand, design, online ordering, binding, and storage and fulfillment? Contact Joe Meeks at 502-314-7233 or visit quantumgraphics.com.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd as we honor the military here between quarters. Here on Patriotic Night, all military members asked to stand, and biggest ovation of the night, Tony, and they should get it.
Definitely. Turn me up, too.
Sorry, man.
Definitely. That's, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that.
And the Tigers lead Central here 30-0 with 1 quarter in the books. And if you're Coach Scroggins, Tony, you might want to just get ready. A bye week for the Jackets next week, and then they got Wagner as they start district play.
Well, they'll need the bye week next week. Have a little trouble with my headphones here?
I don't know what's going on with you, buddy. I just don't want to hear you, I guess. All right, try it now. Give it a shot. First and 10, or excuse me, it's 2nd and 11 after the loss for the Jackets. Quick throw to the left, juggled, and hit as he tries to get down to the original first down marker.
Let's see if this is working now.
We're trying to figure it out. You know what? How about that?
That might help.
Yeah, if I turn your...
See, Jimmy does it to me, too.
Hey,
he
Jim,
wants to talk the whole time.
It's not just you, but it's got to be, I'm going to come to you after this play. It's got to be the Tigers have to be feeling good on that sideline after last week, and we'll see what Jim Brinkman thinks about that. Give us the mood of the sideline. Quick throw to the right by McLean. In trouble. Hit and dropped. Jack Kronk smelled that one out. Ball was caught by Corey Johnson, but Kronk was right there, and it'll be 4th down again. They got to be just happy as all get out on the Tiger sideline, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's a nice situation when your first-string quarterback who set out the first 2 games because of suspension is already like sitting almost in a lounge chair on top of the bench. What? You cut out a little bit. I think you're turning down my mic.
Oh, no, not me this time, buddy.
Okay. Right.
I've made my mistake for the month. 4th down, and punt formation is Branch again for the Jackets. Isert, I believe it's Isert. And Ginter are deep. Good, high, deep kick. Isert goes over his head, bounces at the 35. He takes it on the run at the 30. Cuts left, then back right, then back to the left. Has a hole to the 40 and caught from behind. Boy, he waited on the hole, got it, and a terrific play that time by Jonathan Dooley to stop Austin Isert from getting a big return.
Well, when they get the punts off, they really get him out of there, and that ball was bombed, and luckily for Austin Isert, he got a nice bounce, and then he cut it up. So Tigers take over at their own 40. They lead 30-0, 10:44 left, 2nd quarter, and Desmond Ritter back at quarterback.
Ritter's got Sam Taylor with him. To his left, 2 receivers to the right. The widest is Burr Cahalan, and Cameron Garrett's to the left. Waddell is to the right as well. Actually, 3 receivers to the right. Option left, pitch to Taylor. Makes one man miss and is forced out of bounds by Fields at the 41-yard line. So a minimal gain. Give Sam a yard. It's 2nd and long.
A semi-option play where Ritter takes a couple steps, pitches to Sam Taylor. But it was to the short side again, and Taylor has to fight one guy, and there's not a lot of room over on that sideline, and only gets 1 yard on the play.
Cahalan again goes wide to the right. Sean Kerwin in at the H-back spot now. Fake to Taylor. Keeping it is Ritter. Running right. Makes one man miss. Gets across the 43 to about the 44. Gain of 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
And that's the play that they scored the touchdown on the first play of the game. It's the read option where Ritter keeps the ball and goes to the right side, which he did the very first play of the game for the 73-yard touchdown. And that time Central does a pretty nice job of stacking it up in the middle. So 3rd and 6 for the Tigers from their own 44. 10 minutes left here. First half, Tigers lead by 30.
And a name we haven't called yet, Zach Collins. And we hope we don't call him tonight because that means the Tigers are punting. 3rd and 6. Taylor off right tackle, not going to get the first down. In fact, only going to get about a 2 yards to the 46. Terrific job of pursuit and angle management by the Jackets, and the Tigers will kick it away.
And, John, that time, I think Desmond Ritter wanted to keep the ball. He stuck it in Sam Taylor's stomach, and he tried to pull it out, but Sam Taylor took the football from him. So Sam Taylor gets it out just across the 45, and we will see Collins coming onto the field.
And actually, Ritter and Taylor.
Owen Johnson.
Ritter and Taylor with a little conversation as they head back to the sideline. So Owen Johnson will kick it away. 2 men deep for the Jackets. Quincy Baines is one of them. This is high but short over to the right and lands out of bounds just inside the 40-yard line. They'll spot it at the 38. So 17-yard kick that time from Owen Johnson. We'll have Jimmy find out. I talked to Will today. No injury update on Zach Collins, but we'll have Jimmy find out if that was just a. We know what Zach can do. You got to know what your backup punter can do as well. 9:12 to go. First half, 30-0. St. X leads Central. The Jackets with the ball at their own 38. 1st and 10. Corey McLean in the pistol now. He's got Corey Johnson behind him. And he will pitch it to Johnson, running right. Gets one block, hit at the 39, falls forward to the 41-yard line. Jacob Stouffer up to make the hit along with Jake Netherton. It's a gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7.
Nice job of turning the play in. It's a pretty nice gain on the play, but the Tigers actually came up, played it very well. I believe Archer and Deemer in at middle linebacker right now.
Anderson goes wide to the left. There are 2 receivers that way, 1 to the right. Johnson behind McLean again. It's a quick throw backwards to Johnson, so it's a running play. He's at the 40, dives forward to the 43, maybe the 44. And that one was very dangerous, Tony. He threw it a little bit behind Corey Johnson, who made a nice play to get a hold of it and turn what could have been a big miscue into a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, it was actually a good decision just to flip it back there. Austin Mayer comes up from the corner spot and makes the tackle.
3rd down and 4. Central. Ball rests at their own 44-yard line as we reach the 8-minute mark here in the first half. Tigers lead at 30-0. Three-man front for the Tigers. Quick throw to the right. It is caught and being hauled down short of the first down. Stouffer was there, Tony. I think he was the first man there.
Now, Jake Netherton made that play from his corner spot, John, and then Stouffer came in and cleaned him up. So nice
Looked like
job.
It was going to be a first down, but a couple of yards short, only a gain of 2 to the 46. And the Jackets, why not? We'll go for it on 4th and 2. And a flag comes down. Did the Tigers jump? I think they may have.
Well, John, one thing, too, about this is even it's 30-0. The Tigers are playing a lot of guys, and that even makes it tougher on Central on a night like tonight, that it's very humid outside. And every time you're a Central Yellow Jacket, you look up, and there's a different guy across from you, and you're already a little spent. And this guy's over chomping at the bit wanting to make a play. So 30-0 Tigers, 7:18 left second quarter. Central with the penalty on the Tigers, move into Tiger territory at the 49-yard line.
And the Jackets, get a first down via the penalty. McLean takes a snap, straight drop, wants to throw high and deep down the left side. He's got a man. It is caught inside the 20-yard line. Ukari Baker with the catch. Brought down by, I'm not sure, Tony. Was it Preston Bicker?
I think it was Ryan Newts.
Ryan Newts. No, it's Bicker, 18.
Is it?
Well, yeah, Ryan Newts, 18.
That's what I thought.
Good call. Ryan Newts brings him down, but the Jackets at the 19 now, first down. By far their deepest penetration of the night. Handoff to Jones up the middle. Looked like a hole, but boy, it closed quickly. Gain of a yard to the 18. Gang tackled there.
Last man off the stack, Kyle Robinson.
Kyle Robinson.
Jake Archer in there.
3 Tigers in on that tackle. Second down and 9. 6:25 to go in the half.
3 normal guys up front and a lot of other guys behind them.
A lot of other guys. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 in the backfield with McLean. No tight end. Hand off to Johnson, and he slips. Don't know if he was going to get away from Kyle Robinson anyway, but he slipped down at the 20. It's a loss of a couple. It'll bring up 3rd and 11.
Willinger there, too. Good push by the 3 guys up front, making it tough to run outside. You got to get outside first. Tiger interior not letting them get outside that time.
So 3rd down and long here for the Jackets, as they take a long time looking to the sideline. A little bit of confusion here, but they're ready to go now. McLean wants to throw. Throws over the middle. It's behind his intended receiver, Ukari Baker, and it'll bring up 4th down. It would be about a 37-yard field goal, so I would imagine they're just going to leave the offense on the field.
And a nice job by Jake Archer in the middle to stay in his spot at linebacker when they ran that little crossing route underneath. So Central will go for it again, 4th and 11 from the Tiger 20.
Cherion Jones is the lone setback this time. 3 receivers bunched to the right, and Baker is alone to the left. 3-man front for the Tigers. They don't bring any blitz. Throwing toward the right side, caught at the 6-yard line, a 1st down, down inside the 5 to about the 2. Open in the middle of the zone defense that time.
Boy, a lot of Tigers in there, John, and McLean made a nice pass right into the middle, and now Central has the ball down at the Tiger, about 2.5-yard line, looks like. 1st and goal.
Danny Hall, I believe, was the receiver. Don't have him on my roster. It's 1st and goal. Give it to Johnson running left, and he is tripped up. Max Willinger, first one there. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down. Wyatt Smock in now on goal line defense at the nose.
Jack Daly back in
Robinson
there helping out on the tackle.
2nd and goal. Ball back at the 3 now.
But that was a nice throw by McLean into the coverage. Tigers in his zone, and he just kind of threw it in front of the safeties and right in between the linebackers.
2 backs in the backfield now. Luke Bowman is one of them. Quick throw to the left. Caught. Slipping a tackle. Actually, 2 men were there. And a touchdown for the Jackets.
Yeah, actually, the Tigers had it defended. They just missed the tackle. So with 4:35 left in the first half, Central gets on the board with their first score. Tigers lead 30-6 with the conversion coming.
Netherton and Newts were both there, Tony, but he just went right in between them.
Just kind of came up and tried too hard to make the tackle instead of just coming up and grabbing a hold. And now Central gets on the board with 4:35 left in the first half.
Sebastian Francisco will kick the point after. Anderson holds it. It's up and through. 30-7, St. X leads it. 4:35 to go. First half. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
The DFH Company has been serving Louisville since 1935, owned and operated by the Hinkabine family. And DFH prides itself on keeping our local families happy and healthy and comfortable. DFH carries the highest quality products like train comfort systems. You know, it's hard to stop a train and hard to beat DFH's summer deal. That's 12-month financing on all train equipment, subject to credit approval. Full details are online at dfhcompany.com or call 968-6222.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissey. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissey Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissey Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissey Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, 30-7. Tigers lead it as the Jackets finally on the board. And a low line drive kick bounces twice and comes up to Roszkowski at the 8. Up the right hash to the 20, to the 25, breaks out at the 30, and is hauled down at about the 33-yard line. So pretty good field position for the Tigers. Jimmy, a lot of new faces in there on that St. X defense, but give Central credit. They drove right down the field.
There was that 1 4th down and 11 down there at about the 20 that they picked up about 15 yards. Nice little curl pass that they completed. So it's 30-7, and it looks like a lot of the starters are back in on offense.
And Desmond Ritter back in at quarterback. Sam Taylor is the tailback. Whistle before the play and a flag down. And I think it's the side judge here, and it's an illegal. It's 12 on the field for the Jackets. So
took me a while to count those with my 8 years of St. X education.
8 years of St. X education. Well done, you.
Thank you.
It'll cost the Jackets 5. Moves the ball out to the 38, and it is 1st and 5 for the Tigers. Ritter's got 2 to the left, 1 to the right. That's Roszko in motion. Fake it to him. Give it up the middle to Taylor. Big hole. Hauled down by Luke Bowman from behind, but not until he gets out across the 40 to about the 44-yard line, a gain of 6 on a first down.
Well, it really makes it tough on those middle linebackers when that motion guy comes through. I think it was Roszkowski, and they fake it there. He has to hold. They fake it, and they don't know if Ritter or Taylor's got the ball, and Taylor gets 11.
This time, Ritter it's a little shovel pass, and boy, the Jackets read that one very, very well. No gain on the play. Blanco took it. And right there to meet him was Jonathan Dooley to bring up 2nd and 10.
It's a good-looking play, but Dooley does a great job of staying home at his linebacker spot. And if he's not there, it's a touchdown. But Jonathan Dooley in the right place at the right time. Tigers a little confused.
Matthew Smith wide right. Roszkowski comes wide to the left. 2 receivers that way on 2nd and 10. Play action. Wanting to throw is Ritter. Pulls it down. Now rolls right. He can run. He can throw. He decides to run. Lowers his shoulder and runs over a tackler out at about the 48-yard line. I don't know how much of that Will Wolford wants to see, to be honest about it. But it's a gain of 4 and bring up 3rd and 6.
Well, I think he was looking over to Roszkowski over here running down the sideline, and he didn't have enough time, so he tucked it. Made a nice move to the outside, and like you said, John, coaches don't want to see your quarterback who's just come back, take on the contact.
21-0. Louisville leads Syracuse 5 minutes in. Ritter rolls left, wants to throw, has a man wide open. It's Blanco again at the 50 to the 40 and hit and fall down from behind. That's Dooley with another tackle, but boy, Matt Blanco, Tony, can be a big weapon in this offense because people just don't guard him.
Well, we heard Coach talk about it last year. Loves his receiving, and he comes out. He's a great blocker, but he catches the football, and Matt Blanco getting the first down for the Tigers. 3:22 left, first half.
Ball's at the Jacket 34. Here's Taylor up the middle, makes one man miss, fights his way down near the 30. We'll give him 3 on the play. They'll spot it at the 31. One of the interior linemen on the tackle. It was Ronell Clark. And it's 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. All 3 timeouts left. So plenty of time to do anything you want offensively here. Play action, rolling, wanting to throw high and deep down the middle, and tripped up is the receiver. Boy, Tony, I think that's just incidental contact as Matthew Smith got his feet tangled with Damari Crooms, and Matthew went down like a sniper got him.
Yeah, and actually I think Ritter had overshot him a little bit too, so it wasn't going to be a completed pass. That doesn't matter. But, yeah, they got tangled up, and when you see a guy go down, but I agree, they kind of got their feet crossed. So Tigers moving the football, 2:42 left in the first half. They lead 30-7 over the Central Yellow Jackets.
It'll be a 15-yarder. Move it down to the 15-yard line.
And the Tigers get an opportunity here, John, to kind of work on their 2-minute offense. They got their starters back in, moving the football after Central scored.
They're in the green zone. Once again, Ginter now in at tailback. He's in motion to the right to leave an empty backfield for Ritter. Desmond, it's a quarterback draw up the middle, and he's wide open. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. The Red Sea parted, and Ritter right up the middle. Good blocking at the point of attack.
Yeah, they spread everybody out. When Ritter took a two-step drop, he just planted his back foot, took off. They split no safety in the play, and when he got past the line of scrimmage, it was a walk in the park. Tigers lead 36-7, 2:37 left first half over here at St. X High School and Brother Thomas More Stadium, Paul M. Young Field.
And Owen Johnson in to kick. Ben Seeger will hold it. Boots it through, 37-7, excuse me. The Tigers lead it. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
How your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. Well, the Central Yellow Jackets get on the board, and the Tigers answer. And, Tony, you brought it up. Desmond Ritter, as Nally will kick off for the Tigers, is just a different element out there. Nally, the left footer. This one's going to stay in play and be taken at about the 9-yard line. This is Ukari Baker running to the middle of the field across the 20. Hit and finally hauled down across the 30-yard line. Nice return from Ukari Baker. James Myers, defensive back, able to bring him down. But Central will start with all three timeouts in their pocket as well at their own 31-yard line.
Just got a visit from the basketball coach, Kevin Klein, and his 18 kids.
Well, I counted 4, but you may be. The over-under is about 8. You're right.
But, John,
I'm sure Mom's listening at home, too.
Just what we talked about,
Hello,
John.
Hello, Jessica.
Just what we talked about. It's just a different dimension with Desmond Ritter. You have to defend so many things when he's out there at quarterback.
37-7, and a little confidence now for the Jackets after their last offensive possession. McLean in the shotgun. He's got Corey Johnson behind him, so pistol formation. And Cherion Jones to his right wants to throw. Quick step, quick throw, high and deep down the left side. He's got a man out there, and it's caught across midfield. Tanner Brown got there and just sort of tried to distract Ukari Baker, who now has made 2 big long catches all the way down to the Tiger 36-yard line.
Yeah, John, it's just a kind of the same thing. Kind of fake the corner. Corner takes a step up, and they heave it down the sideline, and Tanner Brown gets there right at about the time, but a nice catch and a big play by the Jackets here with 2:13 left. First half. 33
yards on the catch for Ukari Baker. Pitch out to Johnson, running right. Gets around one man. A flag comes down in the area of holding. And good job by Netherton to come up again and slow it down. And, of course, Braden Washburn ran about 80 yards to get in on that tackle. But I think it's going to be a hold against the Jackets.
I believe it is, John. It's going to be a hold in the backfield, so it's even going to be worse. And
Jim, you're closer down there. Desmond Ritter, I mean, how athletic does he look down there from your vantage point? He sure looks pretty tough up here.
Yeah, you used the adjective that the Red Sea parted, though. I mean, even with your quick moves,
I don't think so.
I think you might have been able to score. He does look athletic. He looks quick. I mean, the Tigers, the question that you posed was, what's wrong with the Tigers? Well, I think we're at full strength now.
And actually, Tony, they really haven't used Roscoe very much tonight, so he's still, that ACL, it's not just roll out of bed and play. Quick drop by McLean, throws deep. This one's going to be picked off at the 32-yard line. Hit and tackled at about the 30. And is that, that's Austin Mayer. Backup defensive back in there who makes the pick. The Tigers will start now at their own 30 with 1:41 to go in the half. And do you run your 2-minute offense here, Tony? I think you do.
Yeah, John, this is practice as much as anything. When the game gets like this, you're up 30 points in the first half. But, you got to be careful, too. And I believe that's Jack Albers in the game at quarterback again.
Jake Taylor is the halfback, but Albers is back in there, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Wants to throw a quick slant over the middle. He's got his man. Addison Waddell, first down and more across the 40 to about the 43, a gain of 13.
Well, a nice play by Jack Albers, just a little play action fake, and then the slot receiver on a little slant gets the Tigers out.
Waddell with his first catch of the night. Tigers quickly to the line of scrimmage. Here's Taylor up the middle, hit and dropped. That's Dooley with the first contact. Not much there. In fact, may have lost a half yard. It'll bring up second down along 10. 1:15 to go. Clock continues to run. Tigers quickly to the line. Albers alone in the backfield. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Throws a little bubble screen. It's caught by Seeger. Has some room, but knocked down quickly. That's Dooley again at the 48. A quick timeout by the Tigers. We'll take one as well. 59 seconds to go in the half. St. X leads about 30. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
Back at St. X, Albers rolling, wants to throw, throws high and deep down the right side, through the hands, and I think out of bounds was his intended receiver, Ben Seeger, down at the 15-yard line. Would have been a terrific catch if Seeger had been able to hold on to it, and I'm not sure he could have stayed in bounds anyway. And it'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Tigers, and they'll send the punt unit off.
I agree, John. The ball was not a bad, the distance was good on it, but he threw it over his outside shoulder, and I think even if Seeger makes a great play, the ball is going to be caught out of bounds.
Over on Shelbyville Road tonight, Mayo leads Trinity 27-14 late in the second quarter.
Zach Collins this time, John.
Good to see Zach. Probably couldn't find his helmet the first time. Boots it out of there. Good high short kick. Bounces at the 20. It'll take a sideways roll and finally roll dead at about the 17-yard line. Clock continues to tick down with 39 seconds to go in the half. Hang with us at halftime. We'll get the comments from the head coach, Will Wolford, who I would say has to be very pleased with the way his team's executed here in the first half. And what he wanted to get rid of were mental errors. I think he's pretty much done that.
Yeah, they have. And it's, Jack Albers is not a little guy. I mean, he's about 6'1", but when Desmond Ritter's back there, you see how, he's 6'5", he's a good-looking athlete. And we talked about it before we came on, that one thing Des has to do this year is not turn the football over. And I don't want to jinx him, but he's looked really sharp in everything he's done. Now, I know, you're not playing Bowling Green this week. You're playing Central. But, it's a good start for a guy who's had to sit out a couple of weeks and not see the field.
So if you're Ty Scroggins also here, yeah, there's 39 seconds and you got 3 timeouts, but you're also at your own 17, Tony. The worst thing they can do is turn the ball over here. In the shotgun is McLean. He's going to run the draw play to Jones up the middle, across the 20, across the 30, and hauled down from behind out about the 36-yard line. So a big gainer for Cherryon Jones, and Andrew Ewells made the tackle from behind, and he'll come out. Max Willinger will come back in.
Well, a couple of Tigers missed on the first 2 tries, and then they clean it up there with Ewells.
So Scroggins won't call a timeout. They'll get to the line of scrimmage, and wanting to throw is McLean. Throws high and deep over the middle. He's got a man out there. It's caught at the 39. Raiden Anderson with the catch and slow to get up. 26 on the throw, 17 seconds left in the half. The Jackets now in St. X territory at the 39.
Yeah, just running right down the hash marks, running 2 guys in between the corner and the safety. The ball's dropped in, and a nice play by the Jackets, and they're at the Tiger 39, 7 seconds, and the clock's rolling.
Anderson wide to the right, 1 receiver left, and finally a timeout called by Ty Scroggins. We'll take one as well with 3 seconds left in the half. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
There are few things that truly inspire, like seeing young athletes succeed. With this in mind, the Courier-Journal created the Kentuckiana Sports Awards presented by Norton Sports Health. We're honoring Athletes of the Week for Southern Indiana and Metro Louisville all season long, naming all area teams for more than a dozen sports, and capping off the year with a red carpet banquet in June. Vote for this week's Athlete of the Week at the CourierJournal.com sports page.
Back at St. X, 2.9 seconds officially left here in the first half. As Central with the ball at the St. X 39, trailing 37-7. And if you're Coach Will Wolford, you don't want it to be any closer than that at halftime. McLean rolling to the left. 3-man rush. In trouble. Ball stripped away. It's on the ground. Central recovers it, but that'll end the first half. And that was Kyle Robinson again who came through. Got around his blocker and just chased the quarterback down and stripped the ball as he was getting ready to throw it.
Did the old karate chop on him when he went by him. And luckily for the Jackets, it gets to halftime. Tigers lead 37-7 here at St. X High School. And the Tigers have looked sharp in the first half, John, and they've played a lot of players.
It's all about the black uniforms, Tony. Brand new, first time ever black unis. And the Tigers have been fantastic in those uniforms tonight. Jimmy Brinkman, I think, may be with the coach. Jim?
He's looking for him.
He's looking for him. Oh, there he is. Hunt him down, Jimmy.
He's a big guy. He's not hard to find.
Go ahead, Jim.
Coach, what's your impression of the first half? A little.
And the kids were certainly ready to go. Nice to warm up to see their starting quarterback not dressed out, which is certainly, we know how that is. But no doubt we were hitting in every phase of the game. If I can just make them play angry every week like they just lost, I think we'll be fine.
All right. Any specific goals you wanted on for the second half?
Second half and get them used to coming back out and doing it, and then we'll see if we can't get a lot of people in the game. You know, it's a running clock, so we'll.
All right, that was Coach Wolford there at halftime. It's 7.
Tigers lead it by 30. Eye Care Institute halftime report is next. Tony Burke will take a look at the first half stats. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network, brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Nights travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Don't touch that dial. The Eye Care Institute halftime report is up next on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998.
I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of the new Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X. This is where you start.
The DFH Company has been serving Louisville since 1935, owned and operated by the Hinkabine family. And DFH prides itself on keeping our local families happy and healthy and comfortable. DFH carries the highest quality products like train comfort systems. You know, it's hard to stop a train and hard to beat DFH's summer deal. That's 12-month financing on all train equipment, subject to credit approval. Full details are online at dfhcompany.com or call 968-6222.
This is the Eye Care Institute halftime report on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. Here are your hosts, John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman.
Thank you, Brother Thomas More Stadium. John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. It is all St. X Tigers here in the first half as they lead Central 37-7. Desmond Ritter in his first action of the year. 2 touchdown runs, 2 touchdown passes. And looks like a different team, Tony.
It does, John. And Des came out. He's 4 for 5 for 63 yards, 4 carries for 96. But the first play of the game went 73 yards. And I just like the way the Tigers run that offense with all the moving parts. And Sam Taylor's a guy who really hasn't, ran the ball. He's carried it 10 times for 47, but that's 4.7 a carry. So the Tigers have pretty much overmatched the Central Yellow Jackets here tonight.
And Tigers defense, they got a block punt for the touchdown, interception, fumble return on a fake, what turned out to be a fake punt. So the defense has shown up. The one drive for Central that ended up in a touchdown was some backups in the game, no question about that. But the starting D has been very solid.
Yeah, they've run 31 plays for 119, and most of those have come on a couple plays. Tigers 29 plays for 254. So Tigers are averaging almost 9 yards of play in this game.
And they lead it here 37-7. We'll come back with more on the Eye Care Institute halftime report. including a look at what's going on around campus on the other fall sports. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissig. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd, and our new co-producers, Matt McCarthy and Tim Bryan, with us doing the streaming. They'll be doing all the home games this year, which is a terrific addition to the media we've got here.
Oh, yeah. Well,
now, see, you just turned yourself down. That's not on me.
No, it was down. I didn't turn it up enough. I'm not technically inclined. But, no, we'll have to promote that a little bit more, John, and make sure people get on. And if they can't make it out to the games here at St. X, they can watch it, still listen to it. So if you're sitting listening to your radio at home, you can be watching this on the Internet and listening to us.
To the exact same broadcast on the Internet, yeah.
Yeah, and you can watch the game. So it's a really good setup. They do a great job. This is high definition, high tech, all that good stuff. So, check it out and watch the games with us.
And some of the other things going on in fall sports here on campus. In golf, the Tigers won the Madison Central Invitational a week ago, and they're back at it again tomorrow at the Bowling Green Invitational. This golf team just reloads against state champions by a record margin last year, lowest score in the history of the state tournament. All 5 of those guys graduated, so they just reload now. They win the KIT this year. They won the Madison Central, among other tournaments, and they go to Bowling Green tomorrow, the site, as it always is, of the state tournament. They'll play 3 matches down there before they go to the state tournament down there. So a terrific job by the scheduler, by the coaching staff, to have them play that course a number of times before the state tournament. They'll be in the Bowling Green Invitational tomorrow. Cross country tomorrow is in Goshen, Kentucky at the North Oldham Invitational, 9:15. If you're out that way, stop by and watch the Tiger Harriers, the cross country team. Soccer now 6-1-2. 2 scoreless ties in St. Louis this past weekend, but those are games that Coach Andy Schulten's team usually come out one loss and a tie, or sometimes 2 losses. 2 scoreless ties down there. It's a good soccer team, and they beat 14th-ranked Ballard at Ballard 6-2 a couple of days ago. They'll be at Greenwood tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. That's a pretty big game. 2 highly ranked teams there. Monday at Collins High School in Shelbyville, 7 o'clock, and Thursday at Manual, 7:30 in a district game. That's Tiger Soccer and Coach Schulten's team, as I said, 6-1-2. Freshman football defeated Central yesterday 28-6. They'll be off now, I believe, until a week from Saturday when they go to Cincinnati Moeller. The JV team, since we were last with you, They defeated Eastern 37-22 and beat Central this past Monday 28-6. JVs will take on Male here Monday at 5:30 right here at St. X. So get over here and watch St. X and Male JV football on Monday.
St. X JV's playing Male twice this year.
Yeah, I like it.
You need games.
I like
Play
it,
good
absolutely.
teams.
And the Tigers on the varsity level lead at 37-7 here over Central at the half, looking to go to 2-1 on the season. Very impressive first half for Desmond Ritter and the Tiger offense. Equally impressive Tiger defense.
Yeah,
and the kicking game.
And I just really want people who thought, well, maybe these scores from the last few weeks that this is not a good Tiger team. This is a good Tiger team. And you go over and ask Coach Scroggins what he thinks of the Tigers right now. And I'm telling you what, next week it'll be Highlands here. The Bluebirds will come in here, so be here next week. And if you can't, join us on the internet. But Tigers have an opportunity to get rolling, and these next games at home, John, I don't care what sports you're playing, what level you're playing. Playing at home makes you very comfortable. And the Tigers came out very quickly tonight and just have put it to the Yellow Jackets.
And it's a running clock late in the third quarter at Holy Cross as DeSales leads the Cougars 42-0 over there. Late in the first half, Male leads Trinity 27-21 at Trinity. We'll be back to second half action. St. X and Central. Tigers lead about 30. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
This has been the Eye Care Institute halftime report. Stand by for live second half action on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
The DFH Company has been serving Louisville since 1935, owned and operated by the Hinkabine family. And DFH prides itself on keeping our local families happy and healthy and comfortable. DFH carries the highest quality products like train comfort systems. You know, it's hard to stop a train and hard to beat DFH's summer deal. That's 12-month financing on all train equipment, subject to credit approval. Full details are online at dfhcompany.com or call 968-6222.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Knights Travel. Fly by Nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group, integrated, innovative marketing. Let's head back to the field for the second half and join John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman for
I
tonight's
quit following him.
game.
Back at St. X, both teams back on the field as they get ready for second half action. St. X leading 37-7 over Central. Tigers with 30 points in that very impressive first quarter. Desmond Ritter started it off with a 73-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage. After a 3-and-out by the Yellow Jackets, Markel Blanks' punt was blocked right in the end zone, blocked in the end zone by Andrew Ewells and recovered by Ewells for the touchdown. At 13-0 Tigers. Next possession, it was a 28-yard pass from Ritter to Cameron Garrett, making 19-0, and Mac Blinko went in from took a 7-yard pass from Ritter. It was 27-0 Tigers with 2:41 to go in the first quarter. Owen Johnson's 27-yard field goal with under 30 seconds to go in the quarter made it 30-0 Tigers. Central scored first in the second quarter on a 3-yard touchdown pass from McLean to Baines, made it 30-7. Tigers answered quickly. Ritter with a 15-yard run on a quarterback draw, and it was 37-7 Tigers, 2:37 left in the half. That's the way the first half ended. And when you watch Desmond Ritter, Tony, you almost are in awe of what he can do and what he's capable of doing. And one of the things he did was run over his tackler, and I'm not sure the coaching staff wants to see a whole lot of that.
No, that's not. I don't think that was part of the game plan tonight. But the game plan has worked very well. And it's just, I've repeated myself a couple times, sorry, but it just is a different dimension because the linebackers, the outside linebackers, the safeties, everybody has to wait to see what the play is. When you're running that spread and you're running that guy in motion, they can give it to him. You stick it in the running back's belly. You know, you got to play him. But you can't commit to anything because if you guess wrong, you get burnt badly. And Ritter is as fast as most of these guys. And then physically, he's not overwhelms you with like 240 or 250, but he's 6'5", about 195 pounds. And that's a pretty big guy that's athletic back there playing the quarterback spot.
And keep in mind, Central, if you're a Central fan, James Simpson, your starting quarterback, did not dress tonight on the sideline. So it makes a huge difference when your senior quarterback, as the Tigers can attest to, is not available.
Yeah, it's just they're kind of one-dimensional anyway, and Simpson's a little bit more of a thrower. But McLean's done a pretty good job here as the game's gone on. But, yeah, you lose your leader, you lose, the guy that handles the ball all the time. And Central did have some issues with taking snaps and making some plays early in the game. And it's been all Tigers pretty much, and seen a lot of different numbers for the Tigers, and we expect to see more.
Tigers will kick off to start the second half. They took the opening kickoff, which turned out to be a terrific decision because one play in, it was 6-0 after the missed extra point.
And then 4 plays later, it was another touchdown by the Tigers on a blocked punt. So strategy.
Yeah, I guess it works. Louisville with a 28-7 lead over Syracuse. Late first quarter. Lamar Jackson is doing a little Heisman pose kind of early this season.
He's a good one, no doubt about it.
Cards will be at home against Florida State next Saturday, so hopefully we'll be out there for that one, Tony. Anyone wants to throw a couple tickets our way listening? We're not asking for them, but,
We're always available to help somebody
We're always
out.
available to help you out if you can't get rid of them. Owen Johnson will kick it for the Tigers. Nally took some of the kickoffs, presumably because Owen's leg was probably hurting.
And Sam McDonough's in street clothes, so we will not see him.
Bukari Baker and Baines are deep for the Jackets, and I think they almost wonder why they're even back there, the way Owen Johnson's kicked the football. And Nally put one of his 2 in the end zone as well. And Johnson continues it as it's 5 yards deep. And Jackets will start at their own 20, 1st and 10. Corey McLean, listed as a running back, has been forced into quarterback mode with Simpson on the sidelines for the Jackets. And he will bring his team to the line of scrimmage. Tigers look like they're going to go with their starting defense. Robinson, Willinger, and Adams across the front line. I see Cronk. I see Schaffner out there. Actually, a couple of different linebackers for the Tigers.
Washburn's
Jack
out there.
Daly is out there. Did you say Washburn?
Yeah, he's on the right
Washburn's out
side.
there. And the starting defensive backfield is out there as well. So all the starters are in for the Tigers. Quick throw to the right. It's caught. Johnson makes one man miss, but there's a flag back there. And I believe Kronk, who was going to make a tackle in the backfield, was held by one of the receivers. And the flag back at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, Kronk broke on the ball and definitely was held. He got up and kind of looked at the referee and then saw the flag like, he tackled me. And he did in the backfield. So Jackets' first play is going to be backed up with a holding call actually in the backfield, John.
Raiden Anderson, the wide receiver, who did throw a good block out there, and was slow to get up, and he'll trot off under his own power. But this one's going to be marked off from the 12-yard line, or the 13, half the distance. Will move it back to about the 7 or the 6. Well, they put it on the 5. Well, so yeah, they're going to move it up to 6. It can't, half of 12
Math.
can't be 5.
Yeah, they're working hard on their math out there too, John.
But what it's going to do is bring up a 1st and 24 for the Yellow Jackets.
And not the way you wanted to start the second half, down 30 points. Tigers lead 37-7 here early second half.
No, not a down in distance. Anything in 24 is not a down in distance you're comfortable with.
Especially from about the 7-yard line.
One receiver goes to the right, 2 to the left. Baker's the widest. He's caught 2 long passes here tonight. Ukari Baker. Handoff up the middle. It is Jones, and he is hit and dropped by the bright green shoes of Braden Washburn. Just came right through there like a missile. No gain. It'll bring 2nd and long. Two to the left, and 1 to the right. Johnson and Jones back, both in the backfield. As McLean drops to throw, there's quick throw to the left, incomplete. Good coverage by Kronk, who looks up to the sky. I think Jack was envisioning an interception there.
Yeah, just a quick out to the left side, and Kronk played it very well, but he kind of got tangled. He kind of had to put his arm around the receiver and didn't get the opportunity. And I think after he thought about it, boy, should have broke on that one. I could have got my name in the paper.
3rd down and 24 for Central at their own 6-yard line. 3 receivers in the pattern again. Jones and Johnson flanking McLean in the backfield. He stands at his 1, drops into the end zone, throws high over the middle, caught at the 15. Fighting forward, Jack Daly on the tackle of Corey Johnson. So they get it out to about the 18-yard line. A gain of 12, but well short of the 1st down. And it'll be 4th down, and Blanks will come in to try to kick it away.
And a safe throw by the Yellow Jackets. Tigers played it safe. So did the Jackets. So Jackets get themselves a little bit of room to punt it out of there.
Will Ginter, Austin Eisert, deep for the Tigers at
And
their
they
own
are
40.
deep.
They are very deep. But Blanks has kicked a couple of really nice punts tonight. He's also had one blocked right back at him. Long snap count here. Up the middle come the Tigers. Blanks gets out of there. It's a good high kick. And it's going to bounce at the 45. And coming up and taking it is Eisert at the 35 to the 40. Running right, gets a block, cuts outside at the 45 to the 49-yard line, where he's tripped up there.
It's actually Will Ginter.
It was Ginter. Good job by the little junior. When he gets in space, Tony, look out.
Well, he did a nice job. He caught the big hop in traffic, actually, but when he touched it, he spun to get away from the defenders and gets the ball right to midfield where the Tigers will take over for the first time here in the second half, leading 37-7.
So Ritter brings Seeger in motion and gives it up the middle to Sam Taylor. Across midfield for a gain of a couple, maybe 3. And he's hauled down from behind and bring up second about 7. Luke Bowman, leading tackler for the Jackets, in on the stop there. Tigers do not huddle. They just look to the sideline. Garrett will go wide to the right. Ben Seeger, Michael Meredith, good to see him back this week, come to the left. Slant over the middle. It's caught. That is Seeger. No, I'm sorry. That's Michael Meredith with a catch across the 35 into Central Territory down to about the 33-yard line.
Just stuck it in Sam Taylor's stomach and then threw that quick slant. And nice play by Meredith, but the ball was right on the money by Des Ritter.
Meredith was in the slot to the left and just only a quick slant.
It's a good-looking play, and that's what Des has to do. He doesn't have to knock him down. He doesn't have to show his arm strength. Just put it on the money, and he put it right on the numbers of Michael Meredith.
Same personnel package in there. This time Meredith and Garrett come wide to the left. Seeger alone to the right, the short side of the field. Offset I next to Ritter to his left. Taylor behind Blinko. In motion from left to right comes Seeger. Ritter's going to keep it up the middle. He's got 5, he's got 10, leaps a tackler and falls at the 20-yard line. Baines got just enough of him to trip him off his feet, but it's a gain of 13 and a first down for the Tigers right on the edge of the green zone at the 20.
Good read by Des Ritter. They show it. He sees the middle, has to read the outside, and the inside's open, so he keeps the ball. First down Tigers at the Central 20.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Seeger in motion from left to right. Play action. Wanting to throw a wheel route, wide open, and Taylor dropped it. He was distracted, I think, by Baines, who reached his hand up at the last minute. And Sam's going to come back and say, sorry, Des, that was a touchdown.
Yeah, it's the old wheel route out of the backfield. They show it down the field, and Sam Taylor wheels out of the backfield. He takes a loop down the sideline, and that was a good throw, but I agree. I think the defender just distracted him enough that the ball went bang.
Quincy Baines got a hand up right as the ball was coming down into the face of Sam Taylor. Empty backfield. Des wants to throw. It's a little bubble screen to Roshkowski. Gets some blocks, running left to the 15, knocked down there. It's a gain of about 5 for Roshko, and a referee took a shot, and he is still down, one of the linesmen.
Well, you know, that's a dangerous place to be when you're right in the middle with those linebackers and they throw that bubble screen underneath, and, boy, you hope he's okay.
Jim Brinkman, you're a referee, and I know you can sympathize when something like this happens.
Yeah, I had the opportunity. Most of the time I worked outside on the linesman and line judge, but one game I got to be the umpire, the guy in the middle that's down on the field, and I was asking for advice, and they said, hey, if there is a running back that's running at you, just go ahead and stay, as completely still and let them cut off you. So there was about a 3rd down and 3 play. The DeSales has the ball at Doss. They give it to their big fullback. He's running right at me, and I made the tackle there. And
did you get credit for the tackle? I don't think you did.
He got stopped about a half-yard short of the first down, and he got up and literally, tried to throw the ball. He was so mad at me. How did I get in his way? So, yeah, by the way, it is the 50th year of the Kentucky-Anna Football Officials Association. That's the commemorative coin that they use for the coin toss. So 50 years that we've seen these officials. I've had the honor of being out there, for a few of those 50, not all 50. But, these guys really work really hard. But the umpire is up now, and, we'll see how he does.
Danny McDonald, R.J. Romero got out there quickly. And, he is up. And he will line up in his spot for a 3rd and 5 at the 15. Ritter in the shotgun, takes a snap. Play action, rolls left, in trouble, hit as he throws. Caught at the 10, and it's a touchdown. St. X Tigers. That was Mac Blanco, again, his 2nd of the night. And that play has been money for the Tigers tonight.
Well, all it is a play where Ritter, he does a naked bootleg where he fakes a handoff. He goes 2 jackets coming at Ritter, and he stayed in to the last second, took the hit, and when Blanco caught it, I don't know who the receiver was down with the corner. Defensive back didn't even try to get to him, and Mac Blanco walks in for the touchdown. 43-7 Tigers, Owen Johnson on.
And that'll get us to the running clock, which we'll have for the rest of the night. Johnson's extra point is up and good. 44-7 Tigers, 8:41 to go, 3rd quarter. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all. Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissig. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers, and after this kickoff by, is it Nally? I believe it is.
It is. You don't have to look.
It is
John.
Kyle Nally, the lefty. And we will have a running clock for the rest of this one. 8:41 left in the third quarter. The Tigers have extended the lead to 44-7. And Nally will boot it away. He's 1 out of 2 on touchbacks, and he'll be 1 out of 3 on this one. It's taken at the 5, up the right hash mark, across the 20, and open space at the 40. Running down the right sideline, the kicker to beat. Nally makes the tackle. Terrific job by Nally as Corey Johnson crossed midfield. He tried to make a little quick move on Kyle Nally and just got enough of the shoestring to trip up Corey Johnson.
And we're going to see a lot of different Tigers already coming into the game. But, John, I just got a score. I don't have the exact score, but Highlands is getting beat by about 30 by Ryle. So that's the Tigers' next opponent. So Ryle's a good football team. We saw them play up before the Tigers up in Lexington, but Highlands taking it hard up there, and they're going to be here next week to play the Tigers.
Holy Cross DeSales bounces back from their loss last week and destroys Holy Cross tonight, 54-0 the final over at Holy Cross. So the Colts improved to 3-1 after their loss to Ballard last week. We think Ballard's a pretty good football team too.
Real good football team.
McLean in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Hands it to Johnson, running left through the hole. Hit as he gets through it. That's Ian Bentz, one of the linebackers in there, along with
22, I bet.
Hayden Roadhouse is the name I've got, but I don't think that's right.
That is not. That's going to be Patrick Owen, the linebacker, as a sophomore.
Gain of about 3 for Johnson. Quick throw to the left this time on 2nd down, and it's dropped by Raiden Anderson. Tried to run before he caught it. Nick Malaby was closing in on him, and Anderson couldn't hang on. It's 3rd down and 7. But even on the incompletion now, with the running clock, it just continues to count down. We're at the 6.5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Ballard defeated Western tonight 42-6. That final in the books.
Sam Diedick and Peyton Mattingly in at defensive ends, outside linebackers.
3rd down and 7 for the Jackets at the Tiger 39. Hand off to Johnson, running left. He's got a little room around the corner. He's got the 1st down. Cuts inside at the 30. Hauled down by a number of Tigers down near the 20-yard line. Good blocking on the left side. Benson on the tackle. Tanner Brown also with some help, but on 3rd and 7, a running play and a 1st down for the Jackets. First and 10. McLean looks to the sideline for the play. Luke Bowman now in there in one of the running back spots. And he will get the call. He is a load. He is hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Not much there. Sam Diedick, the linebacker.
Connor Schaefer.
First one to make contact. In fact, Bowman will just get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball at the St. X 21-yard line. Ukari Baker on the short side of the field, wide to the left.
Victor George in at linebacker, trying to give you a lot of names here.
Raiden Anderson to the right. 2nd and 10. McLean wants to throw, in trouble, and he is dropped, and the ball comes out, picked up by Corey Johnson, who's not down, but he will be quickly back at the 25-yard line, maybe the 26. Good job by the Tigers and Connor Schaefer, Ian Bentz. Ryan Adams is still in there for the Tigers. Andrew Yules. Peyton Mattingly in at linebacker as well. 3rd down and 16. 3rd and 15 for the Jackets. McLean wants to throw high and deep down the left side, and it is knocked away. Good defensive play by Michael Newts. I'm sorry, that's Austin Mayer, who had the interception earlier, and he's given up some size over there. He was giving up size and went up and knocked it away. 4th and 15, nothing to do but go for it here at the 26. McLean in the shotgun calling out signals. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And a timeout called by Coach Scroggins. We'll keep it right here. Jimmy, is the crowd hung around in this one, or are they heading home to watch the Cardinals?
Yeah, I think they have kind of gotten a little bit disinterested in this game. It is military night. They were all dressed up in the red, white, and blue. I mean, just really a raucous crowd. As you mentioned earlier, they were completely full in that, the Rage Cage down there. But I think that they've moved on to, other things like Taco Bell and maybe some other fast food restaurants, after the game.
Jimmy getting free tacos for supporting Taco Bell.
We used to go to Pizza Hut, John, when we were here in the neighborhood up on Preston. I don't think everybody goes up there anymore. It's been a few years.
Tony, I think you used to do the Dine and Dash, didn't you? Weren't you a Dine and Dash guy? So Coach Scroggin uses his first timeout, 3:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 44-7. St. X with the lead. It's 4th down and 15 for the Jackets at the Tiger 26-yard line.
Now, if you're the offensive guys that do not get to play very often, you're really pulling for a stop here so you can get on the field during this running clock.
2 receivers to the left. Baker's the widest. 2 to the right. Anderson's the widest. Corey Johnson alone in the backfield with Corey McLean, the quarterback, who wants to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. He is hit, and he is dropped. Andrew Yules forced him to go up into the pocket, and I believe it was Ryan Adams who brought him down. Schaefer was there as well. The Tigers will take over on downs. The clock continues to roll with 3:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
We'll do our best to give you names of people in the game, but it gets hard, especially with these uniforms. It doesn't help any.
Nick Canaday and Chase Ferris are on the right side of that offensive line now as Jack Albers comes in at quarterback. And he will keep it on the read option, gets across the 35, out near the 38-yard line. Gain of about 5 for Albers. Left side of the line, I see G.J. Wellinghurst.
Detus is out there with him.
Zach Detus. And that is 66, which is 6, the center. Dalton Gillespie will get the carry this time. Running right, has the first down and more across midfield. Hauled down from behind at about the 45-yard line. Pickup of 17 for Dalton Gillespie. Metzmeyer was a game-time decision, Coach Wolford told me. Brett Metzmeyer, and obviously, when they got the big lead, didn't need him.
Sean Kerwin in at the H-back.
Give him another week to get healthy. Albers goes high and deep down the middle of the field, overshot his intended receiver. That's Ben Mueller, 6'4", 190-pounder, and good defense. The defender was running with Mueller. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
Chase Collins in the game, at the twin brother of Zach Collins in the game at wide receiver too.
So Mueller goes wide to the right.
Collins
Will Crum is wide to the left. Tiger basketball player. Pitch right to Gillespie. Cuts inside, makes a nice move, gets across the 40, hauled down from behind by Dooley at about the 37-yard line, a gain of 8. Boy, quick move from Dalton Gillespie there, Tony.
He's had 2 good runs, one up the middle. He got big yardage, and that one he made one of the Jackets miss. Nice tackle on the outside. We're down to a minute here in the third quarter. Tigers lead 44-7 with a running clock.
3rd and 2. Albers looks to the sideline. In fact, all 11 members of the team look to the sideline. Jack takes a snap, not a good snap, and he's in trouble, but he fights his way out of it, has a first down, across the 30, makes a couple of Jackets miss, running back to the right across the 20. Boy, the snap, Tony, almost went through his hands. He somehow held on to the end of the football and then just took off.
Sure did. That was a great play. I had the binoculars on him, too. He kind of caught it off to the side by his shoulder and then showed great quickness on a couple of really good moves.
Gain of 19. Tigers in the green zone at the 18, 1st and 10. Albers will give it to Gillespie, right up the gut. Big hole. He's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. St. X Tigers, Dalton Gillespie from 18 yards out.
Well, just a really nice job on that right side by Canaday and Ferris, opening a big hole for Dalton Gillespie. And Gillespie's looked good on his few carries tonight. And Tigers go up 50-7, 13 seconds left here in the third. And, John, you know, we thought the Tigers might have a good night tonight, but really didn't expect it to be this easy. These Jackets beat the Tigers down at Central last year, 20-17.
Alan Matija now will come in for the extra point. I think that's Cahalan holding it for him. Kicks it up and through. 51-7 Tigers, late third. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
The DFH Company has been serving Louisville since 1935, owned and operated by the Hinkemine family. And DFH prides itself on keeping our local families happy and healthy and comfortable. DFH carries the highest quality products like train comfort systems. You know, it's hard to stop a train and hard to beat DFH's summer deal. That's 12-month financing on all train equipment, subject to credit approval. Full details are online at dfhcompany.com or call 968-6222.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. 51-7 Tigers lead it over the Jackets here late third quarter. I want to say hi to Drew Heil, obviously listening. The sales dad out there, probably on the way home from the game. I can't repeat his tweet, Tony, but
it was a good one.
Well done, Drew. Very funny. Owen Johnson will kick it away. Surprised that Nally's not in there, but this one is high, and it's going to come down in the field of play. What's wrong with Johnson? At the 1, running left, room to the left, and that's Baines, who's across the 30 and finally hauled down about the 31-yard line. Give a couple Tigers credit on that tackle. Andrew Weiss, defensive back, and Michael Smith, backup fullback, in on the tackle. So 1st and 10 Jackets. Third quarter is over. We'll take a break, come back, 12 minutes of football to go. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
Back at St. X, we start the fourth quarter. First and 10 Central, trailing 51-7 at their own 33. Pitch out to Corey Johnson, running right. Finds a little bit of hole, a little bit of a seam, and it closes quickly. He gets to the 35-yard line. A gain of about 2, maybe 3 for Johnson. Jake Archer in on the tackle for St. X.
Pfeiffer in the game up front, trying to get some of these numbers. Jake Schoen.
Yeah, Max Pfeiffer. We got to watch between Pfeiffer and Smock wearing the same number. It's just not fair to us, Tony.
Two big guys.
Jake Schoen is in the defensive line as well. On second down and long, pitch to the left to Johnson. And coming up from his safety spot and making a hit is James Myers, the defensive back. Gain is out to the 37. Gain of a couple there, and bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Jackets. Clock continues to run with 10.5 minutes to go. And it will probably be about 12 real minutes with the running clock. Tigers in action next week, take on the Highlands Bluebirds right here. Highlands took it on the chin tonight. Ryle with a 50-14 win over the Highlands Bluebirds.
Jack Crane in the game on the defensive line for the Tigers. I saw Stephen Bruce come in the game. Just trying to throw some numbers and names out there for you.
Baker goes wide to the right, 2 to the left. Baines is the widest. And McLean in the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Takes a snap. Throws, has a man, and it's just dropped. Anticipating the hit, I think, was Zukari Baker, and he could not hang on. Austin Myers was there and dropping into coverage.
It was Dennis Deemer.
Dennis Deemer, the linebacker. So the Jackets will send out Markel Blanks to kick it away, and it's still Ginter. Actually, they keep their base defense in as Ginter and Collins run off the field on 4th down. Even though Blanks is in there to kick it, St. X going to keep their base in. Nobody back deep. And now finally, sprinting back is Myers. 9 minutes exactly to go. High snap, Blanks will boot it out of there, and he booms it. Myers will take it, dropped it, picks it up at the 24. Running down the left hash mark, cuts inside at the 30, 35, 40. Gets a block outside of the 50 and tripped up from behind right at midfield. Open field tackle for the Jackets, but a terrific return from James Myers.
And I don't believe James Myers would have ever thought tonight out he was going to be deep. He just ran back there because he was in the game at safety, and he made a nice run out across midfield for the Tigers, who lead 51-7 with the running clock here with 8:22 left in the ball game.
27-yard return on the punt for James Myers. And the new quarterback is John Kleinkraut.
Chambers and Curley in on the offensive line.
Gillespie still in the backfield. About 6 Tigers moved before the snap there, and Kleinkraut looks at his center and says, hey, get it back to me. Tony, you're good with all these numbers. Brendan Hart.
Ben Bell
is in on the O-line.
I'll tell you one thing the Tigers do have is a lot of offensive linemen. It's hard to get all these guys in the game.
1st and 15. They move it back into St. X territory at the 46. High snap, but Kleinkraut takes it. Little slant over the middle. He's got his man. It's Mueller across the 40 down to the 30. Tackled from behind. So John Kleinkraut with his first completion on his first pass of the season.
And I'm pretty sure that was his first high school pass too. So he's 1 for 1 in his career on the varsity level.
You got to shut it down now.
Right? Yeah, it's time to get hurt and get out of there.
He's averaging 24 yards per completion.
Be a heck of a career for me.
Ball's at the Jacket 30 with 7.5 to play.
Isaac Merritt in at fullback.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kleinkraut will keep it this time. He faked it to Gillespie, and he is thrown down behind the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Tucker made the tackle for the Jackets. 2nd down and 11, loss of a yard.
Matthew Shett in on the offensive line. Isaac Merritt is a big kid at fullback, John. He's a junior. List him at 6'2", 253.
Oh, there's a young man at right guard. Hard to see the number. Oh, it's 71. Pitch it to Gillespie, running left. He's inside the 30 to the 20. Jumps over a tackler. 71 can play now. Folks, that's Brian Burke, the son of the guy sitting to my left.
That's why I knew who all the offensive linemen are.
Yeah, you host them for dinner all the time. 13 yards on the run by Gillespie, who's looked awful good here tonight. The Tigers back in the green zone at the 18, 1st and 10.
And, John, I was talking about Isaac Merritt back there with Gillespie. Gillespie's looked good, but that looks like an offensive lineman.
Yeah. Kleinkraut sends Gillespie in motion to empty the backfield. It's a quarterback draw up the middle. He's across the 15. Fights his way down near the 12-yard line. Caught from behind. Gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Ben Chambers comes in on that offensive line. Wide receiver to the right over there is Will Crum, or excuse me, to the left.
Michael Smith back. He's in the game at H-back.
2nd down and about 4. Kleinkraut will hand it to Gillespie. Ball's loose on the ground and picked up by the Yellow Jackets. That's Dooley picking it up. And Central will take over. And deep in their own territory is Dalton Gillespie. Had it knocked out of there. And with 5 minutes to go, the Jackets will take over. Are you still with us, Jim Brinkman? Tigers running a lot of guys in and out, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was actually checking on junior, I believe he's linebacker, Doug Schaffner. He was walking around with a sling on his arm. He has to go in for an MRI. They think that maybe his wrist or thumb or arm is broken. So they got it wrapped up in a little mini cast right now. So one bad spot for the Tigers tonight.
It's a deep linebacker core for the Tigers, but Schaffner was getting a lot of playing time. Pitch to the left, Corey Johnson gets outside, makes one man miss, hauled down from behind. Good open field tackle that time by Parker Ashlock, the linebacker.
Troy Embry in at corner. Andrew Weiss in the game.
Gain for Johnson was about 7 yards, bring up 2nd and 3.
Connor O'Day at safety.
Victor George, who was in a series ago, in their linebacker as well.
Jackson Bunning at the corner.
Trevor Ambach, one of the new linebackers in the game, number 2. Todd Powers, distant cousin. Everybody, there will be a quiz later on all this. High snap. McLean brings it down. 3-man rush. Now pressure comes late, and he is caught from behind and dropped. Staying with the play that time was Max Pfeiffer, 6'3", 249-pounder. Not officially a sack as he got back to the 20, but it'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Jake Schoen with good pressure, too. Those 3 guys up front got a good push, and down to 3 minutes left in the football game. 51-7 Tigers here at St. X High School.
When time flies, when the clock doesn't stop. Third and 3, 2 rushers in the backfield with McLean. 3-man rush from the Tigers. Quick throw to the right. It's caught and dropped immediately.
Jackson Bunning, I believe, John, is that? Or did somebody replace Jackson Bunning on the corner?
Oh, you're right. That was Jackson Bunning.
Nice
He came
play.
up and just stopped the receiver in his tracks as soon as he caught it. No gain. It'll be 4th down.
Well, over on Shelbyville Road, Trinity put 7 on the board, and with 2:25 left in the third quarter, Male leads Trinity 34-27.
And Blanks will come in to kick it away for the Jackets. Will Ginter.
That's 39.
No, I'm sorry, not Will Ginter. You're right. Andrew Weiss. Backup defensive back. And he is very deep. Blanks boots it out of there. Weiss comes up, takes it to 45, drops it forward, still on the ground. Now he falls on it in central territory at the 48-yard line, so it's going to be a 7-yard return, even though he may have never had the football in his hands.
Well, he dropped it, tried to pick it up, and then he thought better. Maybe it's time to fall on it. Tigers will bring out a lot of different offensive linemen again. I see Bryce Donlin, C.J. Beeline. Trying to give you some more numbers here. Dalton Gillespie still back in there at running back.
Matthew Schatt, the new center. And Kleinkraut still in at quarterback. Man in motion. They give it to the wide receiver. Gets about 8, maybe 10 now. Falling forward.
James Bryant.
That's James Bryant. 5'11" wide out. Got about 9 to the 39 of Central. We are under a minute to go here in this football game. Second down and 1. Trenton Zoller in at fullback now. Bryant and Mueller go wide to the left. Probably the last play of the game here. Bryant in motion. Kleinkraut takes a high snap, hands it to Gillespie running left. Hits short of the first down marker. It'll be no gain for Gillespie, but that'll be the ball game. 51-7, Tigers win it over Central. We'll take a break, come back with more. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Imagine flipping in the
Hey,
air
Nick,
on the
can you hear me?
Superquad bungee, running across the big baller obstacle
Nick Stevens,
course,
can you hear me?
conquering Brutus, the
Yes, I can.
mechanical bull.
How many breaks left do I have here before the...
Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church.
And the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Quantum Graphics may be the most customer service-minded printer in Louisville. How do we know? Because of what their customers say about them.
Quantum consistently treats our jobs like they're the most important work they have to do.
They're a rare company that seems truly dedicated to providing over-the-top great service.
Want this same kind of service when you need print on demand, design, online ordering, binding, and storage and fulfillment? Contact Joe Meeks at 502-314-7233 or visit quantumgraphics.com.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke. The field is cleared. Let's head down to Jim, see if he's got the coach. Jimmy?
All right, I'm here with Coach Wolford. After the game, your impressions of tonight's game?
Oh, obviously I'm very happy. Central's a tough, hard-nosed team. Coming off a loss, getting healthy for the first time, everybody raring to go. There's no doubt we had a little bit of energy. Maybe it was those black uniforms. They're pretty sharp. So an assist to Coach Donhoff for those. But obviously we hit in every phase of the game. We played really well. And, we should play really well. We've got a very good football team.
You mentioned in the preseason about how confident you were that this is a good team. Once you get all those tools back, I mean, is tonight kind of indicative of what you expect from them?
Well, I mean, you hope it. We all expect to play really well, and let's not forget that Central was a little down. Not having their starting quarterback really hurts them. He really makes them go. And you could tell that they lost a lot of guys from last year. Last year they had 3 different kids playing college football right now, and that's just not the case right now. They still have some very good talent, but they're a little down, no doubt.
Well, you have any idea number of players who played for St. Xavier tonight?
Probably 107, because that's how many we dressed. I believe everyone got in.
Okay. Thank you, Coach. All right.
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much. We'll come back with more. Wrap things up here on the Eye Care Institute postgame report. St. X defeats Trinity, we hope, defeats Central tonight, 51-7. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You've been listening to the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig
Hey, Nick, I want to make this our last break, so just go ahead and run everything you can run here. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. All right, buddy.
Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at icareinstitute.com. Nights travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH.
Hey, John, this is Elliot. Do you want just all the spots
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, run them all.
Okay.
Just so.
Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Don't go away. The Eye Care Institute post-game wrap-up is next on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998.
I'm Pat Lampton, Chief Engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of the new Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X, this is where you start.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
There are few things that truly inspire, like seeing young athletes succeed. With this in mind, the Courier-Journal created the Kentuckiana Sports Awards presented by Norton Sports Health. We're honoring Athletes of the Week for Southern Indiana and Metro Louisville all season long, naming all area teams for more than a dozen sports, and capping off the year with a red carpet banquet in June. Vote for this week's Athlete of the Week at the CourierJournal.com sports page.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
The DFH Company has been serving Louisville since 1935, owned and operated by the Hinkemine family. And DFH prides itself on keeping our local families happy and healthy and comfortable. DFH carries the highest quality products like train comfort systems. You know, it's hard to stop a train and hard to beat DFH's summer deal. That's 12-month financing on all train equipment, subject to credit approval. Full details are online at dfhcompany.com or call 968-6222.
Hey, St. X fans, want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Big Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissing. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Big Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Big Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Big Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
You're on. Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim and Todd. And the Tigers have left the building. And the Yellow Jackets getting on the buses couldn't wait to leave the building tonight. 51-7. St. X puts it on Central. Tony, Desmond Ritter, 2 touchdowns rushing, 3 touchdowns passing. Pretty impressive performance tonight, his first time out on the year.
Was very impressive. And boy, it's a good way to get rid of those nerves when you run 73 yards on the first play of the game and score a touchdown. And he's just a good-looking athlete, a good player, and as Coach Wolford said before the game, he's the leader of this team too, and you got your leader back. So it's just a good night to get some guys back. Roskowski got the ball in his hands once or twice, and Tigers they really look sharp tonight.
And defensively, I know Central was missing their starting quarterback, but the defense just, especially early, just rallied to the ball quickly, caused turnovers tonight, and a lot of rushes for negative yardage for the Jackets.
That front seven, I just really like the front seven. We talk about it all the time, the three guys up front. When Cronk and Washburn came back, it just added a different dimension. And there's other guys, Bruner and Simpson, and those guys are good players. So you've got depth at those positions, and that wins a lot of football games for you. Defensively, you keep your team in the game, and seeing Desmond Ritter play tonight, and Sam Taylor, and just a lot of guys get to play, and a lot of guys do well.
Folks, don't forget to get over here Monday night as the Tiger JV football team will host the Male Bulldogs. Game time 5:30 right here at Brother Thomas More Stadium. We'll be on the air next week. Same time, 7:05 for the pregame as the Tigers host the Fort Thomas Highlands Bluebirds. We want to thank Nick Stevens and Elliott back at the studio for producing tonight. Tim Bryan and Matt McCarthy helping us out on the stream. And for Todd Powers on stats, Jim Brinkman on the field, Tony Burke on color, John Spears saying so long from St. X. Final score here once again tonight, Tigers 51 and Central 7. You've been listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You've been listening.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys.
Post-game wrap-up.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Sports section for next